Law. I heard there's new Bloodline Ascendancies. I haven't seen them yet. It's open on my other monitor. Let's pull it up. I know nothing about it, and I'm not going to read chat until I read all these. Alrighty, Farrul Bloodline. What do we got? Oh, I see Warcry speed at the top. Is that a small node? That's a lot of Warcry speed. 25% increased Warcry speed. Paths to minion shit? Minion? Why would they? A second minion thing? That's a travel node that has a fucking specter cap? Bro, minions shouldn't exist. Is this not clear? Okay, alright, whatever. We'll continue. Raised beast specters have Farrul's ferric presence, have 3 additional modifiers randomly chosen in each area. They get a bunch of accuracy. Minions don't need accuracy. Minions don't have accuracy. They have built-in guaranteed hit chance. 100%. This, I guess it's giving it to you? So it's for like a buff specter? It's an aura. I mean, it's a decent aura, but like, specters fucking die. So is this what all of these are? They're all, it's specter auras. Damn. The problem is like, these, I don't know if you can make these things survive without a lot of investment in T17s. I'm trying to, I mean like, in old content, when we played DD and we had like our colossal specters, those things did not die. Those things never fucking died. But like that was T16 content. I don't know how much life specters have with like no investment. If you raise the highest life specter that has built-in block chance for attacks, which I think is still the giant gladiator statue, I think. Like, how much is it even gonna have? Is it gonna live? Because like, if it lives, this is Trickster. This is also pretty sick. Bunch of damage. Good amount of regen. This is neat, but like, I just don't know if they're gonna live. Only beast? Oh, they're all beast only? I mean, bristle mages have a bunch of HP, but I don't think any beasts have baseline block chance. Turtle? If they can survive, this is not a bad ascendancy at all, by any means. You can meat shield and like convocate automation them if you have enough gems. It's a bunch of gem investment. Like, we're talking like 4 to 6 gems of investment probably. So most builds can't really do that, but the ones that can, these are all very good. Like, hypothetically, if this wasn't some Spectre bullshit, and it just said, like, if you just got this power, these would all be exceptional ascendancies. Well, this crit win not so much. But the right one and the bottom one would be exceptional 2-point ascendancies, if they were reliable. But with the opportunity cost and uncertainty of Spectre aura radius and whatnot, unsure. But it's kind of cool. I like it. Trigger level 27, Spectre Tiger on crit. This could be neat. It's like Herald of Purity, but they're all buff. They're all, they're just buffs instead of like attacking. It also gives you allies for Rallying Cry if you're an attack build and like weren't playing Herald of Purity, which could be relevant in some cases, but probably not very many. But that's kind of neat. Lycia Bloodline. She cute. Wood. So you get 100% increased crit chance, some extra curse effect, 10% increased damage taken, and then you get a bunch of physicals extra. It's profane instead of consecrated, and you have to have it reliably. But like, once again, like if you actually have all these bonuses active, it's pretty high value. 2% more for every 1% mana they reserve. So right off the bat, with nothing, anything, it's 1200 flat with some investment. How is it 1200 flat? But an elementalist? Oh shit, I forgot. They have increased effective herald, right? So you have some increase and some more. Are those the only good heralds nowadays? Like, it used to be Herald of Ash. Herald of Ash used to be the best herald by far for like fizz conversion setups. But yeah, more effect, pretty neat, I guess. Half conversion to chaos. Are there other ways to convert to chaos that are like not like it's like consuming dark, infernal mantle, if that still has it? Consuming voltaic burst does partial conversion to chaos, right? And that gives you the rest of it. Could be neat for one of those ascendancies. Don't care for any of the builds I'm planning on playing so far, I don't think. If I want to embrace madness skill. Why are we wanting to be mad? Inflict mania on nearby enemies for every second. So at full stacks, yeah, like if you're already playing the boots, it's good. Mainly because the boots can bypass the cooldown. If you want to, and turn it on and off. You can try playing the debuff expires faster setup things, but I haven't fucked with it before. I don't know. I feel like I would rather just remove them every now and then. But yeah, the Herald one, I don't know how much investment you need to get like that those flat numbers, but that is a lot of fucking flat for sure. And heralds are cool as well. That's neat. Alright, aside from that, 10% increased life recovery rate. Whoa. Take 40% less damage from hits. 4 seconds after each hit you take, lose life equal to 40% of the damage taken from that hit. Non-cluster jewel socket. Wait, what? That is dumb. But the problem, like, unique jewels are just way too strong nowadays. It's a cool idea, but like, why is there I'm spending 2 points for it. Why is there a downside? All right, Catarina. Minion life. What the fuck is this? There's a second minion ascendancy? Why are 2 out of the 6 things minions? A bunch of personal stats per minion. I don't really care about any of that. Those numbers aren't high enough to everyone to really fuck with, I don't think. Like, the best one by far is SRS, because you cast so many of those. It's just like haste for SRS builds, basically. But like, I mean, are you spending 2 points to just get... I guess if you're playing an SRS build that also uses other ones as well, yeah, like 12% defense is okay, but like, it's not that insane. I think like an SRS build that's also playing Spectres for support stuff is good. Like, if you're a full Spectre build, you have what, 10 Spectres these days? That's a lot of increased defenses. That's neat, but like, fucking minions. Alright, offering effect, offering kill affected damage while targets. Wait, what? So if you're a necro that affects you, it just kills you. So 50% increased effective offerings, but it kills them. Alright, so you shouldn't look at this top line when you're reading a node like this, because if this was the only line on this point, you wouldn't take it for 2 points. It's not good for 2 points. So the good part of this node is your minions dying. Like, that's the point. The only way it's ever useful is if you're intentionally using it to kill your minions, to like, why are we killing our minions? Like, when they die, they'll don't even proc minion ability, right? Don't they have to reach the life, not just die? I'm not sure how that works. But like, 2 points to get 50 offering effect is only even remotely valuable if you're playing all 3 offerings. And of course, the downside, if you're like an actual minion build, is weird. Dude, actual 3 minion nodes, that's crazy. This is pretty neat for, like, the thing is, there's already a medium minion life cluster that kind of solves this for, well, solves it kind of, well, I think doesn't that one make it so they're invulnerable for 4 seconds, and then they would then die and last 6 more seconds? So it's kind of neat for making squishy minions that are temporary last for a long time, like 10 full seconds. But like, why is there, if there's one more fucking minion node, I'm gonna explode. There better not be. Alright, I don't see minion at first glance. Alright, let's go. A bunch of charge duration, and then you get one of these 2 things. I mean, Discipline Wrath isn't like the worst thing in the world. Has no endurance charge just means your build is bad, and these ores aren't even good anymore. These ores also aren't very good anymore, and no frenzies. Or no, it's not an either. It's no one's maximum. So you'd have to have -3 minimum charges, or -3 max charges to hire a node. I mean, would you spend 2 ascendancy points to only get 50 aura effect for one singular aura? I don't think so. Not for most auras. One of the only ones you'd ever consider that is if it was more, maybe. If it was more, definitely you could. Like Wrath for spellcasters is huge damage. You could, but increased is kind of rough. Action speed modified to below base value. If you have equipped boots with no socketed gems. Damn, another one of these. So a lot of ways to make your action speed not get fucked. Like, if your build always downside, yeah, it is interesting that basically everything is upside downside when you're paying 2 points for them. Like, that is the downside. The best one here by far is the action speed thing. The Orabot nodes, yeah, I mean, Orabot can get some value from these in some cases. I'm always thinking about these from the perspective of, I'm playing a character in solo play with no minions, obviously, because those are cringe, and I'm killing monsters myself, and I have to survive myself, and it's just like every build uses like every fucking gem socket nowadays. Like, almost every build that I'm pobbing, I'm thinking about unset rings. I'm thinking about, like, do I lose 7% damage or like 8% damage by using my last gem socket? So like, it's a huge opportunity cost to lose 4 sockets and 2 passive points to get a line of text that often isn't even worth 2 points on its own. Abyss equipment stocks up though. That is true, because it's no socketed gems, not jewels, so you only lose, like, you gain an Abyss socket as well. That is something to think about. Right, let's see it. Oh, fucking ward ascendancy. Jesus. Alright. Trigger level 20 ward shatter when your ward breaks. Explodes when your ward is broken, dealing physical items around you, equal to a percentage of your ward. Wide is Why is there a letter A there instead of the number? What number would make it good? I mean, if it was like a number higher than 100%, and then you could proc like, some ailment off of it, like if you converted this shit to fire and proc ignite or something, maybe, but like a percentage of, I will almost always assume is less than 100%. But like, I just don't understand why the number isn't there. That's kind of weird. This is actually a good one. Like, that node is actually useful. Defensively, of course. And the problem is ward is hard to obtain in high quantities for low investment. But this is actually useful. Like, your ward does nothing unless it is really important. Like, normally ward is bad because if you get hit by one little fucking spark that does 2 damage and didn't even notice it, it just goes away and then it's unreliable, it's gone. But this makes it actually useful for avoiding one-shots with ward, but like, let's see what this is. 5% to restore ward on hit. Wait, is that on... It's on my hit, not when I'm hit, right? I'm ready for there to be some stupid fucking ward shadow, restore ward on hit, hitting 90 times per second build that actually is good somehow, but defensively, I don't care about that really at all. Yeah, the thing that like stands out the most to me as being useful is this. Yeah, Damnation, does Damnation set all of your charges maximum to 0? Is that how it actually works, or does it mean you can't gain them? I forgot the wording on this. It does make it 0? Like, that is a cheap way to get minimum and maximum. The problem is minimum and maximum, when they're increased, just isn't that strong. Like, for reference, Discipline gives you 217 ES. So that's 100 flat ES. Or no, sorry. Yeah, it's like 100 flat ES. The Wrath one is okay. Like, this one is most likely to be useful if you had minimum maximum. But I'm just picturing a world where this said Discipline and Wrath have 50% increased aura effect. And that was it. We just get rid of this whole power charge thing. We just pretend it's not there. If only this was here, when would I be speccing this point? For 2 points. On what build? And like, the only answer that I can think of is like an energy blade converting to spell blade fucking spellcaster kind of thing that's using like Wrath for more damage. That'd be boring. Well, yeah, but that's how you should think about power. Like, if all of the power from this node you had for free with no downsides you had to worry about, would it be good? And if the answer is no, why are there downsides? Why are there conditions? Why is it hard to obtain the power when I'm spending 2 points? Like, these really remind me of like the Affliction Ascendancies, when like you were getting those. I mean, even those didn't have so many downsides, and those were free. We 2 and its impacts on society. Yeah, like there's so many fucking upside downside. Why? Maybe they are permanent? Well, they are permanent. I'm pretty sure these are intended to be core. Like, the schizophrenic one, even with this downside for some builds, I think is still going to be playable. Is the numbers on mana caps that's crazy? Oh yeah, if you're already playing a Glorious Madness build, this is really good. Like, if you're already doing this intentionally, but like it's like a Quinn system where it's like ramping over time. But if you weren't already playing the boots, if you weren't already solving Glorious Madness, you wouldn't spend 2 points and then solve this debuff, which is really fucking hard to solve. Like, for reference, this is... Most people probably don't even know what these boots do because like they're so unusable normally until this patch when they nerfed it. This is the kind of upside power you normally get for turning on Glorious Madness. Like 20 double dam, 15 fort. All damage always poisons, 40% explode. Like, this is massive fucking power. And obviously it's also a boot slot for that, but that's normally the amount of power you're getting for having to deal with madness. And this is like nowhere near the level of power of like the boot effects, ignoring this one. These are kind of mediocre. But boot effects are crazy. Like, using the boots, like these boots, and then also doing that, you could, but even if I'm already solving Glorious Madness, even if I'm already immune to the downsides of Glorious Madness, Do I want to spend 2 points for this effect? For this ramping effect? I don't know if I do. Like 2 ascendancy points. I feel like I only would on like a dedicated bosser that was bad at bossing. Like the goal is to kill things in less than 15 seconds. I'm very aware some ascendancies don't have good 8 points. Don't worry. I'm very aware. But I'm just viewing this in the same line as like the all ascendancy. Like right now, remove the Glorious Madness, and this ascendancy says nearby enemies take 4% increased damage, 2% reduced speed, and have reduced recovery rate every second, ramping up. With no downside whatsoever, nothing to worry about, just no downside at all. Is that worth 2 points? On bad builds that are often running into like recovery problems and like fighting super tank things, maybe, but on good builds, like I don't think I would. On some builds, maybe, but not on that many. Schizophrenic one is definitely the one that sticks out to me most of this thing. For sure. Because, like, some builds might not really have that many good jewels, especially in Self-Found. Like, if you're in Self-Found, you don't have your fucking timeless bullshit paired with Light of Meaning, paired with all, like, the random fuck you jewels, with Unnatural Instinct. You know, if you're wearing, like, fucking Life 2 damage mod jewels, those aren't that good. In reality, like, for 2 points, those aren't that good. So, like, you could. Yeah, Life Max jewels are pretty good. Limits only have 1 for CB immunity. CB immunity is not really necessary on almost any character ever. And the ones where it is necessary, just get it on a cluster. But yeah, like, this could be pretty solid. CDR and Self is crazy. It might be. I like cast like breakpoints, just literally walk in here and get fucking life recovery rate and 15 CDR and call it a day. I could see it. They're pretty good with Cyclone Shockwave Slayer. I wasn't thinking Slayer as much, because like Slayer, for that build, Slayer has 4 pretty good ascendancy points. And that build has damage problems, so sacrificing a damage ascendancy for this is probably not ideal. I was thinking more like some Zerker shit, where like you only have 3 good nodes on Zerker. If you're just like Rite of Ruin, fucking Carnage Zerker, and you don't like Defy Pain, you could play with this. Is it worth on Jug? It could be. One of the biggest problems with anything related to bottom left classes, like all the Marauders, like Fizz Light of Meaning on every Marauder build did 20% more damage. And that's farmable. And then Watcher's Eye too. It's so hard. Unless Jewel, like, if Jewels still work in your cluster tree, it's like, I can't imagine them considering your cluster Jewels as not part of your passive skill tree. I'd be like 90% it's not gonna work. At the worst, just 60% DR, yeah. Oh, like, so, when I first looked at it, I was like, fuck this downside. And when it comes to end-game trade league, fuck this downside. But if I'm playing Self-Found and I don't have those good jewels, this is definitely like the best defensive option of all the things we've seen so far. There's a very real chance that I could play this on like a slammer if I wanted to.